After I gave birth, he was like, oh my gosh, if I lost you and I, went to the park with our 3 kids, I mean, think of the ladies I can. This is a horrible thing to say.
Ooh, dear. The drama surrounding Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni? That's just the tip of the iceberg. Turns out Ryan Reynolds wasn't as chill as he was acting. He's been out here low-key trying to intimidate Justin, both on set and off. Now, with Taylor Swift pulling away from Blake, the streets are talking, and some folks are getting nervous. Is Ryan Reynolds about to pull a disappearing act too? Could their picture-perfect marriage be unraveling behind closed doors? They've been serving up that everything's great act for the cameras, but we all know it's not always what it seems. And don't even get me started on Ryan in those interviews. Dude loves to crack jokes, especially about Blake. But we rarely see the man behind the comedy. And Blake? Bless her heart, she's always trying to keep up with Ryan's quick wit. But let's just say her humor doesn't always hit the mark. Especially after all that drama with Justin and It Ends With Us. Dear, the rumors about Blake and Ryan's divorce are spreading faster than wildfire. It all really kicked off in July 2024 when a fan left a comment under one of Blake's posts about Deadpool and Wolverine. They said, "You and Ryan need to post more of each other. There were rumors going around that you two got divorced, and I didn't believe it because you two are the perfect couple." And of course, Blake had to respond with a quick clap back, dropping a laughing emoji and saying, "Haha, they wish." But dear, despite her little jokey response, those rumors, oh, they're coming back with a vengeance, especially with all the messy lawsuit drama going on with Justin. Some folks are saying Ryan and Blake have been pulling a performance from the jump, with their whole marriage being a show. Let's talk about their wedding, for instance. It went down on a plantation, y'all. A plantation with deep roots in slavery.
Is Blake Lively really your wife?
Yes.
Sure. Is it an arrangementship?
Well, it's a 25-year contract, sure. I don't think she can make it.
Oh, let's talk about Ryan's whole vibe, dear. This man has built his brand on cracking jokes and acting like he's the chillest guy in the room. He's got that laid-back, smooth talk down to a science. But Blake, not so much. Sis is way more direct. Sometimes it comes off a little too direct, like she's ready to tell it how it is, even if it stings a little. And let's not forget that one time she straight up called her husband out for lying and didn't hold back. They were doing an interview, and Ryan started talking about how he cried like a deer when their daughter was born, calling himself a human sprinkler. But Blake wasn't here for that sob story. She jumped in and said, "This just goes to show how Ryan loves to exaggerate everything to make them look like the perfect couple." Oop, did she just spill the tea? And you know what? She might just be onto something. Because at this point, people are starting to side-eye every word Ryan says. It gets even messier when you look at all the times they've acted like everything's flawless. But behind the scenes, it's a whole different story. Oh dear, Ryan and Blake have been tangled up in so many divorce rumors, and honestly, they've low-key helped keep them going. Blake's always out here defending their love. But Ryan, with his classic jokey self, has kinda hinted that maybe, just maybe, there's a little truth behind those whispers when it comes to their marriage. Let's rewind to March 2018. A little news outlet dropped a bomb saying Ryan and Blake were barely spending time together. 'Cause Ryan was always off working and Blake was home doing her thing. Now, Ryan didn't exactly slam those divorce rumors into the ground, did he? No, instead, he made a comment about wanting a little me time. Say what now? That didn't exactly scream "we're good" to me. But wait, it gets juicier. One of the hottest gossip points? The alleged romantic tension between Blake and Justin on the set of It Ends With Us. And dear, it gets even hotter when you check out how Ryan reacts to Blake's love interests on screen. Like, remember that promotional pic for A Simple Favor, where Blake is looking all glam in her character outfit and some shirtless dude is handing her a martini? Ryan's reaction to that. Oh dear, Ryan didn't just stop at a little comment. He straight up wrote, "He seems nice" about Blake's on-screen love interest. And don't think for a second we didn't notice that, because when it came to It Ends With Us, we saw the same kind of vibe from Ryan. And trust, that says a whole lot. Ryan loves cracking jokes about Blake's on-screen lovers, but Justin? Oh no, not him. That right there should tell you something. Whatever went down between Blake and Justin must have been deep. Because Ryan had to come for him in the most playful way by giving a little shout-out to his nice pool character from Deadpool. That was low-key a jab. He wasn't just playing, he was poking fun at Justin. But wait, Blake wasn't about to let Ryan have all the fun. Sis took it even further. In It Ends With Us, she snuck in an Easter egg where she gave a special thanks to Gordon Reynolds. Now, if you're in the know, Niece Poole in Deadpool is credited to, yep, you guessed it, Gordon Reynolds. That's Ryan, y'all. Another little reminder of how far this couple will go to keep that perfect image up, even if it means throwing in some inside jokes for us to chew on. They've been joking so much about their marriage in public, it leaves everyone wondering, oh dear, Blake and her crew are out here seriously playing the game, and they're owning it. Like, Blake literally called both Ryan and Taylor Swift her dragons. You know, like they take those random moments seriously and keep it all in the family. But wait, there's more. Remember when she jokingly called John Legend the best man she knew, right in front of her own husband? Sis said, "Congratulations to the most influential person in my life. The best man I know. You deserve this. If only my husband weren't blocking you in this shot. I'm so sorry," at John Legend. So get this. Now, that's a bold move when your husband's right there.
So I saw you posing in a photo with Mrs. Reynolds, and I'm sorry, what do you call her? Do you guys have a nickname or something? Okay, no, just so it's Mrs. Okay. Anyway, I saw this photo. It was very suggestive. So I'm gonna get right to it.
And then Ryan had to step in with his own jokes, talking about how Jake Gyllenhaal could cook better than Blake. Sis, really? You know someone had to slide in and remind him that Blake might not be too thrilled about that comment. Oh, you know Ryan couldn't let that moment slide without cracking a joke, right? He casually drops that he's about to move out soon. Now that right there, dear, that's a whole vibe. It sounds like he's just trolling Blake for fun, but some folks are saying there's more to it. Some people think this playful banter between them isn't just them messing around, but a way to cover up some deeper insecurities they're dealing with in private. And then here comes TJ Miller, spilling all the tea, talking about how Ryan has some serious insecurity issues. But honestly, I'm not buying it. Ryan's got that whole "I'm too cool for this" confidence. And dear, it screams anything but insecure. He's got that swagger that says, "I'm fine and I know it." So I'm not sure if those insecurities are as deep as some folks think.
You know, I think he's kind of an insecure dude. He's really nice.
When Ryan was married to Scarlett Johansson, she low-key hinted that my boy Ryan started feeling some type of way about her success. You know how it goes when one partner starts glowing a little brighter than the other? And suddenly there's some weird energy in the air. Scarlett came out and said it straight up. Being with another actor is tough, especially when both of y'all are popping off. You gotta figure out how to split that time, and even when y'all both moving at the same pace, it still gets tricky. But let's keep it real. When one person's stacking more W's than the other, that's when things get complicated, and you might start feeling like it's a competition. Scarlett also dropped some real talk about how actors act like they ain't wanted unless they're at the top of their game. She alluded to how a little success could mess with your head, inflating your ego like you're untouchable. People started whispering that she might have been throwing shade at Ryan, but hey, if Ryan's out here stressing over his partner outshining him, you best believe he's gonna do whatever it takes to stay in Hollywood's spotlight and keep making moves to stay on top. Ooh, but here's the real tea, y'all. All this playful trolling between Ryan and Blake, is it just a couple of jokes to keep it cute, or is there something deeper going on? Could all that back and forth be hiding some real insecurities? Honestly, the plot thickens when you look at how they've been clowning each other for years. At first, it was all fun and games, right? But now, fans out here with a magnifying glass, picking apart every little thing they do. Blake hasn't really been in the spotlight lately, and some people are starting to think that might be why she jumped at the chance to take the reins on It Ends With Us. But hold up, let's not forget she's been low-key focusing on family life, raising their babies. Even so, when a fan slid into the comments of an old 2019 pic of Blake with a lil deer bump, talking about "get the deer out of there," Ryan hit back and said, "Nah, that deer needs to stay in." Talk about that dad energy. People started thinking Ryan might be a lil insecure, you know? Like maybe he was low-key hoping Blake stayed pregnant so she could focus on the fam, giving him more room to keep grinding and climbing the Hollywood ladder. But here's the thing. Let's talk about how folks get Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Gosling all twisted up, right? It's the names, the looks, shoot, they both fine as hell. But in the middle of their regular trolling, Blake went and mixed him up herself. She posted a pic of Ryan Gosling with the caption, "Now," talking about a website that's low-key wrecked a whole bunch of marriages and careers. You know that was a messy move, right? That right there is proof these two will go all the way with these risky, dangerous jokes. And don't even get me started on the whole unfollowing drama. Y'all know that's the quickest way for fans to catch a vibe, whether a couple's living their best lives or if there's some serious drama going down behind the scenes. But Blake and Ryan, oh, they saw this as just another chance to have some fun with their marriage, right? Back in 2018, Blake hit the unfollow button on Ryan on some of her accounts, and you know the fans were immediately on it. People were like, "Hold up, what's going on with them now?" Ryan, being the ultimate troll he is, didn't back down one bit. Nah, he came through and clapped back at all the chatter, talking about definitely stings. It's a terrible way to find out I've been kicked out of the house. Honestly, it's terrible. I don't know where that rage comes from. Classic Ryan move. It's pretty wild how they can flip anything into a joke, huh? But here's where it gets a little interesting. So many of their jokes seem to circle back to their marriage being on the rocks, or even hinting at some cheating. Like, they're really walking a thin line here. Are they just playing around? Or is there more to it? Or maybe, just maybe, there's a deeper fear lurking beneath all that humor. Could it be that they're just joking around to stay ahead of the game, in case they ever end up in one of those situations and need to have their response ready before it hits them out of nowhere? And honestly, this ain't the first time they've cracked jokes about cheating or turned their relationship into something for the headlines. Back in 2018, remember that bizarre story about a woman who claimed she slept with 20 ghosts and was now engaged to one? Ryan's reaction? So this is how I find out. He was basically throwing shade, implying his wife might have the same wild fantasy. What's wild is that the post wasn't even about them, but with the way they played it, you can't help but question things. Sometimes the truth's right in front of us. Hidden in plain sight. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get into it. If you're feeling the vibe, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button like it's hot. Don't forget to tap that notification bell so you're always the first to know when we drop the latest and greatest. Appreciate you tuning in.